guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, The Bright Side Girl, and today we're doing my end of the year gigantic unhaul. So I did this last year and again in the earlier part of this year where I just went through my shelves. I did sort of a vlog situation and I talked you guys through everything and I unhauled a bunch of books. So before I get into that, I'm gonna kind of explain why I'm doing this and why I need to do this and all that kind of stuff. So for those of you that aren't new, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna do a little disclaimer once again for anybody that is new. So if you're new to this channel, I do really large hauls every month between like 15 and 50 books. The reason why is I live in Southern California. It's a very highly populated area. We have a ton of used bookstores, Goodwills, library bookstores, library sales, and I go to them all the time and I get my books for between 10 cents and about $5. I usually don't spend more than $3. I more on average spend $1 to $2. So because of that, I'm able to get a lot of books without breaking the bank, and I'm still able to pay my rent and all that kind of good stuff. I do have a book budget. If you guys want to watch that video, I'll put it up here in the cards. You can click that little eye and watch that. I talk about how I budget for books and what my number is and all that stuff. Recently, I have been buying more than my book budget. However, I have a rule. I also sell and trade books because I'm friends with a lot of people that live in smaller towns and I book hunt for them and they either buy them from me or I trade for them. I'm part of a swap and trade group as well. And so I never buy more than my budget, but sometimes I will spend more on books, but I'm also making some on books. Usual budget's around $30, $35. Some months I'll spend like $60, but I also made, you know, $30 selling books. So I always kind of make sure that my amount that I'm spending is not crazy high because it's just not worth it. If I had to spend more money on books, I would buy way less and I would only buy things I know I'm gonna love, or I'd get them from the library first to make sure I'm gonna like them and all that kind of stuff. But because they're so cheap, it's just easy for me to get them and I can unhaul them or donate them or sell them or trade them or whatever. And I'm not really like losing out on a bunch of money and it's lots of fun and you guys like to watch it. So all that being said, last year I did this video when I hit 400 TBR books. And I wound up unhauling between the two hauls probably 75 books, maybe more, which was pretty great. I knew that I was gonna hit that 400 mark again. I knew I was gonna hit probably what I'm hitting now, which is about 542 books. And those are just my TBR books, not counting my books that are on my favorite shelf, which that number is a lot smaller. All things considered, it's not too bad, because on average, if I'm buying 15 to 40 books a month, that's between like 150 and 500 new books. So the fact that I was like at 400 last year and I'm at 540 now is really not that bad, all things considered. I don't think it's bad to have a ton of books. I would love to have a big, beautiful library one day. However, I have a rule that I don't want to be overwhelmed. Now, as far as like emotional overwhelmment with the amount on my TBR, that's always gonna be there. That's something I can work on. But what I mean is I right now have these two bookshelves behind me. I have a small bookshelf over here. I have a favorites in my room. And then I have a couple little ones like just for decor. And I have books in like my couch, underneath my couch stored. I have them in every single closet. On the floor in here, I have a little shelf right next to these shelves, and it is absolutely out of control. And I hate that. I don't like the way my shelves look anymore because I have to stuff them full to hold everything. And it's just completely unnecessary. So my goal today, I have a minimum unhaul of 50 books. But I want to get closer to like 100 and 150. That way when we go into the new year, I'm like totally fine because we know I'm not going to stop doing giant book hauls, but that way I'll have like a fresh slate. A lot of these I can find really easily again when I'm ready to read them. So my goal is going to be to get rid of a lot of things I know I'm not going to get to within the next year. I read around 150, 200 books a year, so having a lot on hand has been great. I personally have really enjoyed having this at-home library a lot. It has been fabulous. I'm a mood reader when we have themed readathons like Halloween or pirates or whatever. I just go to my shelves and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read piratey books, and I pick out all my pirate books, and that's been really fun. So I like that, so I don't mind having a big number. But I'm not gonna get another shelf right now because I really need new shelves for these guys because they're starting to bow and kind of fall apart. So I wanna do that before I add additional shelves and honestly, just reduce my TBR number. So it's October. I was gonna wait until I changed over my spooky shelves, but I have a couple more videos to film before doing that. So what I do is I only decorate these top two shelves because I don't have enough decor for the rest. So I'm gonna go through the bottom half and then the very top of the shelves see what I can unhaul, take you guys along with me through all the rooms and everything. We're gonna do this in segments because I've got to go to dinner here soon tonight. So we'll see how much I can get done, and then I'll do another segment when I start reorganizing for November. I know a lot of these are my high priority books because I flipped them around, so there probably won't be a lot from there, but we're gonna see what I can do. So here we go. I'm gonna let you guys see what's happening at the moment. Okay, this is my shelf situation right now. So I have these two, and then this little one, I'll go through that in a second. And then I have, sorry, it's really bright, this little one here. And then these are like upcoming videos I have planned. So this is just what's happening in my office, which is actually like pretty clean right now. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna leave these two alone, but I'm gonna go up here through these, and then down here, and then through here. We're actually gonna start with these first. So here's the situation with this shelf. I use the top part to kind of store the books that I have finished reading. So like this is my read section, and my audiobooks, I just didn't have any on hand. And then these are majority of my paperbacks. I have a lot more than this, but I try to keep them together. And then these are some Newbery awards. So for the paperbacks, I like to keep mostly hardbacks on my shelf, especially for my finished books that I have read on my favorite shelf, because I separate TBR and read books out. But I keep paperbacks on hand for vacation, going to the beach, and going to the sauna at the gym, just because if they get kind of beat up, I'm not going to keep them anyway, and then I can just like, you know, redonate them or whatever. But I probably have over 50 paperbacks right now, so that's completely unnecessary, and I have plenty for all the other activities that I need, and I didn't read that many of them this year. So I'm probably going to get rid of a lot of these because I'll just wait and find them in hardback, or I can get them from the library. Lighting is not the best. It's really bright and dark at the same time, so we're going to go through this first. I kind of have an idea what I want to unhaul, but I want to see how many I'm going to unhaul before I do it. So I'm going to do a definite pile and a maybe pile. So right off the bat, I know I'm going to unhaul Darker Shade of Magic. Don't panic. I am going to read it, but I'm going to wait and try and find them in hardback, and I can always get them from the library if I need to read it right away. So this one first. I got this Lost Island of Tamarand, 3 Kids, a Violent Storm, and an Adventure on a Mysterious Island, which sounds great. I love reading like survivalist stories, and this is a middle grade one, but I'm gonna see if I can find an audio, and if I can, then I'll just get it there, and if I like it, then I can find hardback. So let's check really quick. This is something I'm gonna do throughout the video. That way if I get rid of it and I know that like I need it. What I do is I actually look on Overdrive and Hoopla to see if they have the book first. I use like Audible or anything. Sometimes I use Scribd, but I don't have that right now. Okay, so I don't actually see this one on audio, so we're gonna put this in the maybe pile. Is This So Silver Bright by Lisa Manchev. I know I wanna read this series, but this is book 3. I'm gonna unhaul The Goose Girl by Shannon Hale. This is kind of a beat up paperback, but I've heard these are awesome on audio, so unhauling. Forgetting by Sharon Cameron. I don't know anything about it, so going. Hauling A Mad Wicked Folly. Again, I wanna read this one, but I don't need this version. I'm gonna check and see if I can get the testing on audio. This is also an ARC, so let's check. Okay, I am able to get this one on audio, so we are going to use this ARC to unhaul. Fire by Kristen Kishore, because I have the other 2 in hardback, so I can wait and get that at the library and then find it. Gonna unhaul Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. This is part of a contemporary series. I have Lola and the Boy Next Door as well, and I love these covers, but I want them in hardback, and yeah, I need to unhaul some things. I am going to unhaul The Wish Granter by CJ Redwine, The Anti-Goddess by Kendar Blake, unhaul this Arc of the Crown of Embers by Ray Carson. I can trade this for something else, and I have the other 2 books in hardback, so I can find this one in hardback. Unhaul The Cage by Megan Shepherd. I love Megan Shepherd's Madman's Daughter series, but I have the first or second one in hardback, so I can wait and find that one. And then gonna unhaul The Prey by Tom Eisbell, because I may not even want to read it. So that was 12 books right there. Now the rest of this haul is not gonna go that well, but we'll just see how it goes. And I'll look through my Newbery Award books. I was doing this Newbery Award challenge where I'm reading all the Newbery Award books from the beginning, but it's just taking me forever because they start in like 1920 and they're just rough. They're so slow. So it's gonna take me like a million years to get to these newer ones, so we'll just see. Okay, so I'm gonna unhaul Holes by Louis Sakar. So this is one of the newer Newbery Award books. It's going to be a long time before I get to this, and I see it all the time. And then the Penderwicks. This is not Newbery Award. This is a National Book Award by Jane Birdsall. This looks really cute and fun, but I need to unhaul some things. So that's everything from that paperback section. So now I'm gonna take apart this top part of the shelf that you guys don't really see. I need to start shifting over anyway and see if there's anything up there, because I don't remember what's up there. I'm not gonna show you every single book that I'm keeping, but I will show you all the books that I unhaul. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile. This is like a gothic magic, kind of darker shade of magic vibes book. I do really want to read it, but I see it a lot, so we're gonna put it in the maybe pile for now. Borrowers by Mary Norton. I had to go get my drink because I'm so thirsty. These are like my favorite like spooky glass mason jars to drink in around Halloween, so I got these at Michael's. I'm gonna unhaul the Yoga of Max's Discontent, because I literally bought this because it was beautiful and it was about yoga and it kind of had Eat, Pray, Love vibes, but am I gonna read this? Probably not. Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I have not read this, so I'm not spilling any tea, but it has a pretty decent sized like tear that I've taped back together, and I do think I'm gonna go with this on audio, and if I like it again, it should be fairly easy for me to find. So, Unhauling the Hostage Prince by Jane Yolen and Adam Stempel. This is the Sealy Wars Book 1. I'm gonna make sure I can't get this on audio first, but just like a cool middle grade fairy book, but I need to let go of some of my middle grades because I have a lot. The League of Beastly Dreadfuls by Holly Grant. I unhauled this one last time too. And then Bound by Blood and Sand by Becky Allen. I don't know anything about this. I just kind of thought it was like Arabian Nights style, but I have a lot of other of those style of books that I haven't got to and didn't get to this year, so look how pretty though. Isn't it pretty? Okay, so now we're gonna go into my closet of shame before I dig into the shelves anymore, because I do have to go to dinner soon, and we're gonna go through the books that I've stored in my closet in the office. I will be unhauling a couple books that I've already read, but I'll talk about those at the end, and they won't help me with my like 500 plus TBR books. Okay, so now is when it starts to get more difficult and also more ugly, so sorry about the lighting. So we're gonna go into my office closet. I put all my boxes and things because these are for like shipping, but I stacked all these up when I did my spooky shelves because I didn't have room to put them anywhere. I'm fairly certain I want to keep all of these, but we will check just in case. Now is when the unhauling gets more difficult. Okay, unhauling. For Darkness Shows the Stars by Diana Peter Freund. This is some kind of retelling in space. I do want to read it, but I need to reduce my paperback count. Okay, so I just hauled this, but I'm going to unhaul The Love Interest by Cale Dietrich because, again, another paperback. Let's go. Idols and Icons by Margaret Stoll, this dystopian series. I do like Margaret Stoll, but I need to get my numbers higher. Okay, and then the last one from this pile of Fire and Stars by Audrey Colehurst. I've heard so many mixed reviews about this. I'm not sure if I'm interested, but we'll put it in the maybe pile for now. Okay, so 5 from that closet stack, which is not the greatest. Okay, lighting is so bad right now, so we're gonna go back over to these shelves and see if there's anything that I can haul on these lower portions. So wish me luck. That's much better. Okay, total unhaul count so far, 23 books. I'm feeling very excited, but I already knew that I was gonna unhaul a lot of paperbacks, so I don't feel that encouraged, so we'll see how down here goes. Sorry if things get blurry, you guys. Okay. Okay. Unhauling Adverbs by Daniel Handler. I really like Daniel Handler. He is Lemony Snicket, in case you guys didn't know. I really loved his like Why We Broke Up series, but this is just a cute little middle grade novel, and I'll probably do it on audio. Need to reduce my middle grade. Okay, going to put Dangerous by Shannon Hale in the maybe pile. I love Shannon Hale's Austin Land series. This is a sci-fi series, which I do love sci-fi, but I want to see if I can find this on audio because I see it quite often at the bookstores. Another maybe, which I kind of recently got, The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George. Been on my list for a while, but this is an easy one to put on the maybe pile because I see it, again, a lot, and I can always pick it up when I'm closer to wanting to read it. Wolf by Ryan Groton. This is something to do with Hitler and like World War II. I think it's supposed to be like fun and adventure-y, but I'm not fond of that era. At least for like fictional stories. And then Hush by Donna Jo Napoli. She does a lot of retellings, which I love. This is about an Irish princess. I'm in the maybe pile. Unhaul My Name is Memory by Amber Shares. Anna and the Swallow Man by Gabrielle Savit. I don't know anything about this. It has a cool wintry cover, but. Unhauling 13th Child by Patricia C. Rudd. Again, another like gothic middle grade book, but I have a bunch. Maybe Scorched by Maria Mankuski. I bought this book because it's just so ridiculous and it looks really fun. It's like a crazy dragon book, so in the maybe pile. Okay, next we're going to like my retelling section. Again, Unhaul Poison by Bridget Zinn. This is Can She Save the Kingdom with a Piglet? This looks really cool. See if it's an audiobook first because it just seems like a really fun fantasy read. Unhauling Stolen by Lucy Christopher. I didn't get to this year like I thought that I would. It's not really my style of book. I'm sure I can get it again. Salt City by Ryan Groton. Run fast, trust no one, always carry your knife. I don't know anything about it. Endgame by James Frey. I kept this book because of how freaking beautiful it is, and I do want to read it, but it will probably be an audio read, and again, I see it all the time. I'm gonna put the Diabolic in the maybe pile because I don't really know what it's about at all. Reawakened by Colleen Hooper, because again, another beautiful cover by, and I don't know what this is about, and I need to find out if this is the first book, because if it's not, I probably won't keep it. Book 4 in the Chronicles of Imagination Geographica. I was actually going to unhaul this whole series, but one of my friends says it's one of her favorite fantasy series about like dragons. The reason I'm unhauling this one is, again, it's ex-library with kind of an ugly spine. I know that's vain, but because I find books so easily, I can kind of be extra picky about them. I know I'm not going to get to it anytime soon, so it'll save me like extra spot on the shelf. I'm done with the fairy tale section, just FYI. I'm not going to unhaul anymore because I love them. Gonna unhaul Love and Luck by Jenna Evans Welch. Unhauling Broken Beautiful Hearts by Cami Garcia. Okay, unhauling Dairy Queen by Catherine Gilbert Murdoch. Again, another contemporary. I literally got this book because the lead character's name is DJ Schwenk, and Schwenk is my maiden name, and my brother's name is DJ, and I thought that was hilarious, but I know I can find this on audio, and I won't read it till the summer anyway. Green the Brave. This is Cornelia Funk book, Off the Page by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. Unhauling the Lost Lake by Sarah Addison Allen. This is like contemporary with magical surrealism. And I loved her Garden Spells book, but I have a couple other books from her that I need to read first. Cornelia Funk, The Thief Lord. I feel like I'm gonna get to this on audio. Ninth City Burning by J. Patrick Black. I'm gonna see how many are in the series because this just looks really cool. I think it's adult dystopian possibly, but I don't know. I mean, it's really huge. Young Samurai by Disney Hyperion books. I think these are beautiful, but I have a lot of Disney Hyperion books that I haven't gotten to. Beastly by Alex Flynn. This, again, kind of beat up ex-library copy. 2 little novellas that go with Percy Jackson, because I didn't read a single Rick Riordan book this year yet, and I need to punish myself. So, again, I can find these again. They don't fit good on the shelves. So it's the Demigod Diaries and the Demigod Files. I was gonna unhaul my whole The Kane Chronicles trilogy, but I guess I only have Throne of Fire, so we'll see if I find that one. But I have all of Rick Riordan's books, and I have only read The Lightning Thief, so I'm gonna let go of The Kane Chronicles for now. West of the Moon. Short, cute, middle grade book by Margie Pruse. Unhauling Finally, I Am Number 4 by Pittacus Lore. I'm just gonna have to do this on audiobook. This is a huge series. I think my husband and I will really like it. I haven't read it in like 2 or 3 years. Okay, so I'm done with these big shelves so far. I have to come back and do these top 2 once Halloween is over, but that was 44 books so far, so I'm almost at my goal without even using my maybe books. So now we're gonna try to move back to the little shelf. You guys are just gonna have to forgive the lighting. It's gonna be really terrible. My husband's not home yet, so I can keep going. So these are all of the books that I have unfinished series, so those are staying. I think I'm going to unhaul Lost by Gregory Maguire. This is like a retelling of Jack the Ripper and A Christmas Carol. I do want to read it, but I didn't get to it this fall. Curious Beginnings by Deanna Rayborn, because this is a really messed up library edition. It's like taped and everything. It doesn't go with my other cover of this book, so we're going to unhaul this one and then I'll find the new updated cover when I'm ready to read it. Okay, so my husband is home, so I'm gonna stop this section right here, and then I will start over again probably tomorrow. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Okay, so the lighting actually isn't too bad. I just got back from dinner, so it's nighttime, so I'm using artificial light, but kind of good to know that it's not that bad. So I'm gonna finish doing these shelves. So I didn't tell you guys earlier because I was in a hurry because I was trying to get it done. Right now, these top two shelves are spooky reads, so which is vampires, zombies, and more. The bottom shelf, like this half, is spooky reads, and then the rest of it is some of the red books that I have because I started putting some of my red books on this little shelf. And so we're gonna go through, I think I'm gonna keep most of these, but we'll go through and see if I can unhaul anything else. Quick tea break. Ledge is here to assist. Hey, hey, don't lick my books. Unnatural Creatures by Neil Gaiman. This is stories selected by Neil Gaiman. This seems super, super cool, and it has like beautiful photos and stuff. So really, really cool. These are like spooky stories told by different authors. Gonna make sure I can find this on audio or in hardback before I unhaul it, but probably unhauling that one. I think my friend is looking for that one. And then I'm gonna unhaul The Nightmare Affair by Mindy Arnett. I think this is book 2 in the series. I do want to read this series. It looks really cool. It is about a girl that is a nightmare. So I go through these books that I'm unhauling and kind of keep a mental tally just so I don't forget that I want to read them, even if they're not on my shelves. Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova. Again, ex-library. Unhauling Monstrumologist by Rick Yancey. I know this is a series or a trilogy. I don't have any of the other books. I think they have new covers. I'm not going to read it till next Halloween. Fly Tree by Frances Harding. Denton Little's Death Date by Lance Ruby. It's really, really funny, and I wish I would have read it this year, but it's about a kid that knows his death date, and I guess everyone knows their death dates, so I think I'm going to check for these on audiobook. Are you licking my legs? Steep and Thorny Way by Kat Winters. I couldn't clean up this ex-library very good. Another spooky read I'm not going to get to this year. So that's 9 more books from that pile, so we're like officially over 50 books. Okay, moving on to the next section. So how ridiculous is it that I have these piles of books everywhere? It's out of control. Okay, so this is crazy right now. This is my tiny little shelf that I use to hold my hauls. This top shelf I use to hold my monthly book hauls that I haven't videoed yet so that I can remember which ones I got. And then this middle section is the trades that I have done, and I have sticky notes and stuff for those. And then the bottom is like themed hauls, like I have Christmas reads and classics, because I'm going to do a themed Christmas book haul and a themed classics book haul. So I know you guys haven't seen any of these yet, but they're already on my TBR list. And just in case I didn't mention it before, I use Library Thing to keep track of all of my books. I'll have a bookish app video coming out sometime soon. I didn't really like the one I filmed, so I kind of deleted it. And I'm not sure I love the apps that I have, but I'm going to go through these really quick and just make sure that I actually need to keep them before you guys even get to see the haul, so you'll get a sneak peek of that. Bad lighting this way, sorry. The Inventor's Secret by Andrea Kramer, and I was kind of debating on keeping it or selling it, but since we're in an unhaul mood, we're going to unhaul it. I also found Love and Gelato, but since I'm getting rid of Love and Luck, I might as well get rid of that one too. Okay, I think we're done in this room. I'm gonna move into my bedroom. Okay, we're in my bedroom, so I'll give you a quick little tour. Top part of my dresser is really messy, so don't judge me. Just has like all my Halloween stuff, but these are a bunch of the newer releases that I need to get to. So I think I'm gonna keep all these, but I will probably unhaul Enchante since it is an ARC and I didn't get to it this year. Then this shelf is one that my dad built for me. I've shown it before. It's really neat. These are all books that I have read. I don't think I'm going to unhaul anything from here, actually, since we're doing a TBR video, but I just wanted to show you guys that. Did you get your drink? But this is where I keep all the books that I have read, and I have a few books in other places that I've read, but for the most part, I've run out of room. Ledge, what are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? Who's a cutie? Hi. The bad lighting continues. So now we're in the guest bedroom where I have books that I don't have the beginning book in the series stored away, and that is in my couch. So we are going, this is like a bed couch. It's kind of a mess right now, but we're gonna go through there. I do know, guys, don't be mad, I'm gonna unhaul the Starless Sea, the ARC I found, because it's still a month before this releases, and if I trade it before it comes out, I can get something a lot better than if I read it and wait until afterwards. And since it's paperback, I'm not gonna keep it anyway. I'm gonna trade it now, and that way I can read The Night Circus first as well. So let's see what's in this couch, because I don't remember. So this is the couch. Sorry, the pillows are like crazy because the ledge got all snuggly in there. But I'm gonna move all of this, and then under here, there's like a lift up portion. So this is where I store like some Christmas stuff and clothes. They're all of the books. We're gonna go through and see. The Silver Witch by Paula Braxton. This is like book 2 or 3 in a series, and also Ex-Library Shadow Scale by Rachel Hartman. I haven't gotten to this one. It's giant, and I haven't found Seraphina, so. Sapphire Blue by Kristen Gear. Like, this book is so pretty, but I don't have the other ones in the series. And Goddess Boot Camp by Tara Lynch Childs. So that's like 66 books or something like that so far. So what I have to do is I have to film the last of my October videos so I can take these down and start to redo everything. And after I do that and see if there's anything in here that I want to unhaul, I will then decide what I'm officially unhauling from the maybe pile, because I think I can easily get to 100. I'm actually doing way better than I expected, which will be great. I'd like to have more than 100, but I will settle for 100 unhaul books. That sounds awesome. And I'll let you know what I officially decide from the maybe pile. Okay, I found a couple more in the other room. I missed this one, The Dreaming by Kat Winters, another Ex-Library. It's pretty cool, pretty scary too, but I have like 1 or 2 other books from her that I can read first. I know I won't read them until next fall. Leaping Beauty by Ricker McGuire. This is like a middle grade book about fairy tale retellings, and I wasn't that into it. It's pretty simple. You can do it on audiobook and find it again someday. Morning! It is actually the next day. I've decided to keep going right away because I'm just in the mood to unhaul books. So I actually just went through my Christmas books, which I forgot about. They're in a separate box with all my holiday stuff, and most of them are actually books that I have read that I'm keeping, and a few were TBRs that I definitely want to read this year. But I think I am going to unhaul The Mistletoe Inn by Richard Paul Evans. I have another book by him. He does a lot of little short holiday books. These are really easy to find at the library, at the used bookstores, on audio, and sometimes contemporary Christmas stories I don't like because I'm a festive reader. Holiday stories and movies as well tend to be sometimes like about cancer and like sadness and overcoming sadness. That's just not my type of film usually. So I'm gonna unhaul that one. It's also the second book in the series, and I don't know if I'm gonna get to it this year because I have a lot of other holiday reads up on my list, including some from him. Then I went through my maybe list, and I wanted to see if I could find them on Overdrive or from the library, from audiobooks, or just be able to read them at all. So these are the ones that I'm definitely unhauling from the maybe pile. So definitely unhauling Once and Again, Heart of the Samurai, Poison, Anna and the Swallow Man, and Hush. Little Paris Bookshop, Gilded Cage, Of Fire and Stars, The Borrowers, Sapphire Blue, Reawakened, The Diabolic, Fly Over Live, Ninth City Burning, and Breathe. The books I'm unhauling from my red shelf: Suspicion by Alexandra Monier. I talk about this in my September reading wrap up. I just didn't love it and I need the space. Then Toil and Trouble, 15 Tales of Women in Witchcraft. I will be talking about this one in my October physical reading wrap up. I almost hated this. I gave it like 2.5 stars. The Dust Jacket, because I have the book somewhere else, but unhauling this one. A few more I found out and about. The Smile by Donna Jo Napoli. Briar Rose by Jane Nolan. This is a retelling of Snow White, I think, but it's set during the Holocaust, and I don't like to go there. Arc of Enchante that I already talked about. A Nancy or Anansi Voice by Neil Gaiman. I think I'm gonna do this one on audio, and it should be pretty easy for me to find again if I love it, but I have a lot of other Neil Gaiman on my list. Okay, so now I'm going to actually take apart these shelves just kind of slowly and try and put them back together. I don't think I'm gonna unhaul very many, like I said, from these, but I'm gonna try and like sneakily glance at them and see what's going on. Found a couple more. Beasts Made of Night. Not sure that I'm interested in it. Temptation by Alice Hoffman. And The Goddess Inheritance, a Goddess Test novel. I have one more of these somewhere and I don't know where it is, so that's kind of weird. Usually I don't lose my paperbacks, but I'll look for this in hardback. And I'm gonna unhaul my 10th anniversary edition of The Lightning Thief because, well, if I need it, a special edition. I like Percy Jackson, but I don't love it, and I usually don't keep very many special editions, so I think it needs to be of a book that I love. I found it, so I kept it, but it doesn't match the rest of the series. Okay, so I am going to start organizing the bottom half of the shelves and see how things start to be looking and if I need to be unhauling anything else. We're gonna start with that, and depending on how the shelves look and where all the books are, I will decide if I need to go scour one more time and find some more books to get rid of and let you guys know how many books I'm unhauling. Update. Everything's reorganized except for the spooky shelves. I'll be able to fit more books than what is currently there right now because I'm not going to decorate it that heavily for fall. A little disappointed. I got most of the books out of the closet in the office, and so that is almost empty except for like my fancy classics, which is fine. But I didn't get any out from under the couch, and I didn't get any out from my bedroom, and everything is completely full except for these top two shelves I need to reorganize. So unless I want to stack everything up how these are stacked, but like I don't really like to do that for the entire shelf. So I have some more books that I'm going to unhaul. It's not going to help that situation because I've already done it. More piles, so I'll go through those right now, and then that might be the end. We'll just have to see. Real quick, I've been hanging on to Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. This is not a TBR book. I've read this because I absolutely loved it, but the cover is not that good, and I probably won't ever actually read it. I'll just listen to it on audio, so that one. Love Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli because I've been hanging on to this for a while and I haven't found Stargirl, so I need Stargirl before I can read that. I just hauled this, but Prince of Shadows by Rachel Kane, Shakespeare retelling, Asunder by Jodi Meadows. I want to read this Incarnate series very badly, but again, ex-library, middle book, have been looking for forever, haven't found the other ones. Rebel Angels, I have the other two books in this series by Libba Bray. This one's pretty beat up, so I see this also all the time, so I'll just get a fresh copy at some point. Peter Nimble and His Fantastic Eyes. I've hung on to this for so long, like 10 years, because I read it and I enjoyed it. It was okay. I was wanting more of like a Harry Potter fix and it wasn't quite there, but I wanted to give it another chance because I think I overly judged it. And the reason I hung on to it is because this is one of the only books I've paid like full price for, so it was like $17. I don't need it anymore. I can listen to it on audiobook, which is how I'm going to reread it in the future, and always find it again if I need to. Unhauling Rooms by Lauren Oliver. Going Bovine by Libba Bray. I did Eldest and Brissinger. I have read Aragon, and I need to get to these, but I'm doing them on audio and they're giant. I am not sure if I'm going to want to keep the whole series, but again, I see them all the time, so if I love them on audio, I can pick them up, but they take up a lot of room and I haven't read them this year, so I'm going to unhaul them. I think I have the other book too, so if I find that, I'll unhaul it, but I might only have these two left. Scorched, I am going to unhaul, and Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. Okay, so I think that's everything. As of right now, with my rough calculations, I am unhauling 104 books. So I way more than beat my minimum. I was literally in my head hoping more for like 150, but Jeff came in and he saw what I was doing, and he's such a sweet husband, and he was like, "What are you doing? Why are you getting rid of these?" And he's like, "Do you want to read them?" And I was like, "Yeah, a lot of them I do want to read." And he's like, "Don't unhaul them if you want to read them." And I was like, "I know, but I just need the space and I want to feel like a load lifted off, and also I can trade these for things that I want more too as well, so that's always an option, and it'll just give me more fun to book hunt again. Who knows, I could have 104 new books in like 3 or 4 months. So he's really sweet. So I'm going to stop unhauling for right now. This is the biggest unhaul I've ever done. I will do my grand total when I finish putting all my shelves together and pop back in here, and I'll let you guys know when everything's all done. I'll let you see what it currently looks like and do my grand total of what my TBR is now. And I will see you guys in a second to do my final wrap up. Hello, it It is December 27th. It has been a very long time since I've popped in to wrap up this video. A lot of stuff came up. It never seemed like a good time to post this video, and I forgot to do this in portion with all the details. I also had to go through on my app and like delete every single book that I unhauled, which took forever. So it's been 2 months and I'm just here to wrap up everything and let you guys know. So I unhauled a few more books, maybe like 10 that you guys didn't get to see in the video. Sorry about that. Just people were looking for them and I was in an unhaul mood anyway. I have also hauled some books that you guys haven't seen yet. I have a January book haul that will be up in a few weeks that has books from November and December because I did a themed book haul in December. And then I also have a giant book outlet order coming in. This is my first ever book outlet order. It was kind of my Christmas present to myself. Minus the book outlet order, all the books I have collected since I started filming this video in like middle of October, so over 2 months ago, plus all the books I've unhauled, my TBR number is now down to 440, which means I think I've unhauled like 110 as far as like the physical TBR number goes, but considering that I bought some more books and read some more books, which changes the number, I've actually unhauled like I think close to 130 books. Yay! So I'm so excited. I hope this wasn't too long. I tried not to go into detail too much about what I was unhauling, but I wanted to let you guys know a little bit about why I was unhauling certain things so it wasn't a boring video. So that's it for this year. My number's at 440, which is still incredibly high. It's still 100 books more than I had at the end of last year, but I am hoping that 2020 is a much better reading year. I have a new reading journal that's really exciting. I have been just feeling better in my life and more organized, and have some plans to kind of keep myself reading. I was really bad the last literally half of this year about watching TV before bed, which is not good for my health. So I'm gonna go back to reading before bed. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I know this is a long video. Let me know if you guys like unhaul videos. I'll be doing more in the future, kind of sporadically, and then another big one probably at the end of next year. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on the bright side. Bye!